What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Oh, goodness. I want to apologize. I'm horrible with my timing lately. I am horrible with my timing lately, y'all. I'm sitting here just lollygagging, just. I had took a little nap and then I was up. I've been, what up, what's up? Like, just whatever, whatever. And I'm like, I'm forgetting something, but couldn't remember what I was forgetting. I look at the time. I'm like 7:30. I'm like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be doing an interview at 7. I'm 30 minutes late. I'm like, what is going on, bruh? What child? Hello, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Catherine, Dawn Marie, Kelly. I'm so sorry y'all was in here. Like, where am I at? I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Hey, Niecy baby, what's up? Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Steph. Hey, Melissa. If you are tuning in today, we have a special live. Um, Love, I see you in the back. I'm gonna do my little opening and then I'm gonna bring you up, okay? We have a guest today. It is a viewer that would like to talk about something that she experienced that rubs her the wrong way. Okay. Now, this is in reference to, as y'all can see, Chop It Up with Mama Lou. I do not follow Chop It Up with Mama Lou. Um, I think she has me blocked, and I heard that her one page is down. Actually, I included that in my little clip, but she has two other pages that I know that are up. I don't know if she's aware of this. I did post a flyer and stuff. If anybody in here interacts with her, can someone please let her know that we are having a conversation that involves her? I know she don't bang on me. She ain't got to come up here. I know she'll probably do her own live, but she is more than welcome to listen in to kind of hear where the person is coming from. If she wants to come up after the lady gives her expresses herself and she's open to a dialogue, then she can come up and talk to the lady. If not, then she could do her thing on her own page. She said, "Oh boy, buckle your seatbelts." Now, this is her feelings, her emotions, where she's coming from. She's just coming up here to express, how she felt, where she's coming from, and hopefully what she would like to see come from it. Hey Tracy, did I say hey Tracy to did I say hello Tracy? Hey Melissa, hey Niecy baby. Please share the live, you guys. Share the live. Matter of fact, let me go. Where's my other phone? Let me share this live on Facebook and stuff. How is everybody doing? Oh, my phone always dead. It's always dead, man. Hold tight. Let me share this real quick. What it is. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Oh, sorry, y'all. I was sharing. If you are over, if you come into the live, please hit the like button as you come in, and please don't be afraid to share. Sharing is caring. Go ahead and hit that share button. You can share also from YouTube. Just drop down your chat. Drop down the chat form. Copy the link or hit the share button. It should pop up for you to share it to your YouTube. Share it to your Facebook. Share it to whoever you want, to your family, and then put it in some groups. Tag your at followers. And things like that. I want to try to get at least 30 people in here before we get started. Hey, Alicia. I'm sorry, Tracy. Hey, Tabitha. Long time no see. How you been, love? Hey, Miss Antoinette. How are you? Make sure y'all like the live and do. How you doing, Tabitha? How have you been? I feel like I ain't been over. I've seen you live and I've shared your live, but I haven't had the chance to stop in and kind of, just vibe with you in a little minute. Um, we're about to get the show started. I know you in the back, love. I'm about to come get you just momentarily. What's up, Miss Cat? Hey, Danielle. So again, I would, Y'all know how I do when we have these type of guests on and they are addressing someone. I always like for the person that's being talked about to be aware. They could be in the comments, and whether they come up during the person being on the panel or after, they are always more than welcome to come up and speak their piece and clarify whatever that they need to clarify. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get this party started. Um, hold tight. Let me drop this. I'm gonna be letting you up, love. Hello, Lizette. Is it Lisette
Hello, how
or
are
Liz?
you? Lisette.
I'm finding yourself. Lisette. Okay, got you. Before we go any further, can you guys let us know if we sound okay? Do I have any background noise or anything like that? Mic check, sound check. Thank you
Yeah, I
so
don't hear
much, Miss
anything.
Antoinette. Thank you so much, Miss Antoinette, for the super sticker. I'm asking the comment section because sometimes I have feedback when there's more than one person that they hear that we don't hear up here. So I just want to make sure that our sound is good because I don't have my headsets on and I don't want to put them on. My ears will be sweating. I don't want to put them on. The sound is fine. You hear? Okay. Yes, I hear chips. I don't got no chips. Oh, you know what? I did hit a bag of chips. You know what, Tabitha? You need to turn your volume down, okay? Okay, Miss Lisette, the floor is yours. If you want to, you can. Won't we start off with you just kind of introducing yourself?
Okay, my name is Lisette Cruz. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I currently am in Washington. I am a Puerto Rican woman. I am 46 years old.
Okay,
That's about it.
and just give us
Mhm.
just a short rundown of like what brought you here today.
Okay. I was watching a live, one of Mama Lou's lives, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, being raised in Chicago, having to hear that word a lot, being bullied. My daughter went through it. Um, so when she first started out, when she spelt the word out, I was like, okay, she spelt the word out. And then she said the word at least 5 times, right? Which is the word is spick. And for people don't know what spick means, that is a degrading word to degrade Puerto Ricans, which is just like using the N word. So I told her to respectfully not say the word. And here's what rubbed me the wrong way. Um, she knew it was wrong, right? She's a Mexican woman. She knew it was wrong. She knew it was a word to degrade Puerto Ricans. So why use the word? Why not keep spelling it out? Or, we got your point. You said it. I understand. So then she told her followers to leave, to leave me alone. But obviously her followers didn't. Um, what rubbed me the super wrong way was when one of her followers, that she calls her buddy, her name is Tina. She sends, she says in some comments, and she's saying, "Oh, there's no meaning behind that word. It's just a word." How can you say that? That it's just a word because you've never got called that word. That word has a very, very meaning to me and is very degrading to me and my Puerto Rican community. And I just felt like her apology was a little dry. She was just like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right, but I was just telling a story." That's an excuse to me. That, yeah, I understand you're telling a story, but don't tell the story that way. Just like you say you wouldn't say the N word, don't say that word. Um, and I guess that's the main thing that rubbed me the wrong
Yes.
way.
All right, just to clarify, when she was
Hmm.
using the word, I might have missed it, and I want to apologize because my husband was talking to me.
No,
What
you're fine.
was what was the basis for her utilizing the word? You might have explained that, but I'm not sure because I was distracted a little
She
bit. So
was
I'm sorry.
she was telling a story about a fight that she had with somebody that they called her that word. Um, which I don't know why they would call her that word, but whatever. She said they called her that word. She's Mexican. That's a word that they use to degrade Puerto Ricans. Um, so when she said it at first, like I said, she spelled it out. So she knew it was wrong, but then she still said it. And then she even said on the live she knew it was wrong. She knows that it degrades Puerto Ricans. So why say it? Why can't we have the same respect as anyone else?
Okay, so you were offended by her expressing, you were offended by her going into detail about an experience she herself had had and how she was upset about that. It sounds like what was happening.
Well, she was, yeah, she was saying something about an experience that she had because she was trying to clarify something. I think the more thing that I was more upset about was her viewers, right? I got her viewers saying, right, when she says that she can control her viewers. Well,
Mhm.
obviously you can't control your viewers because your viewers, a couple of them, were making fun of me, calling me, oh, I think everything is racist, which I have the screenshots of that. Um, I don't think everything is racist. It's just a word that I don't like. It's very triggering to me personally. So I feel like we deserve the same respect. If you're telling a story, are you going to say the N word when you're telling that story that something happened to you? No, you won't, right? You're gonna have respect. I would like the same respect. That's my big thing.
Okay. The word was the S word. I She already said it a couple of times in the beginning. Somebody could put it in the comments if they want to. Felicita X, but I'm not going to say it because I'm still streaming on Facebook and I don't want to be flagged.
Yeah.
Um so for those who are just coming in or don't understand the context, she is talking about Mama Lou. She did a live where she was telling a story about an experience she had where someone called Mama Lou the S word. So we're talking about Mama Lou. Mama Lou didn't call anyone the S word. She was telling a story explaining about her experience and someone calling her the word
Hmm.
is what occurred. And she is saying her commenters then what she feels attacked her,
Hmm.
correct? And
Correct.
some of the things that she expressed that the commenters said was they were accusing her of always trying to make something racial. And
Hmm.
one of the commenters had expressed that the word has no meaning behind it.
It's just a word. Yeah.
Some Someone asked, "Did you explain to Mama Lou how you felt?"
Yes, I told her that it was a word that I asked her respectfully, can you please not say that word? And she said, she's even told her viewers, I'm not gonna lie on her. She told her viewers not to say nothing, to leave me alone. But obviously they didn't listen. And I just want her to understand that um sometimes you have to be careful what you say because your viewers are not going to listen to you, right? They go hard for you, they're going to say what they want to say, and they hurt people. And that was very hurtful to me because it's not
Um,
just a word.
mhm. Mama Lou said that she was called that word many times as well. She also did apologize and say she wasn't trying to offend anyone, but it's a part of what happened. So I want to say this, and we've already kind of
Hmm.
had like a back conversation, her and
Hmm.
myself, where when she inboxed me, I'm like, well,
Hmm.
for me, I personally, I can't tell Lisette how to feel. Everybody's entitled to their own feelings, right? But me
Hmm.
personally, because Mama Lou was expressing herself about something she had experienced, someone was
Yeah.
disrespecting her, I personally didn't understand where the offense was coming from, as you know, as far as her
Hmm.
expressing herself. And but like Lisette is, she's entitled to feel how she feel, and that's exactly what I said. Like, and I asked her what she would like to see, you know, come of
Yeah.
it. I also dang, it was something else. Hold on. Dang, I just lost my train of thought because my husband freaking came here talking to me. um but she I offered her the opportunity to come up. I don't know if Mama Lou is listening in or if she's been made aware or
Yeah.
any of that. And it sounds like some people also was there that were present that said she actually apologized and she didn't mean to offend
I said
anyone.
that. I said
Okay.
that. I said that she apologized and she told her viewers not to say nothing. But what I want to
Mhm.
express to her is that sometimes when you say that you can control your viewers, you can't control your viewers, right? Um, and I feel like it's being overlooked because it was a racial slur towards Puerto Ricans that oh it shouldn't be offensive, but it is. Like let's say I grew up in the northwest side of Chicago. You go say that word right there in the middle of all the Puerto Ricans, see how they look at you. So it's a very offensive word. So for her viewers, which honestly the main one that was more coming at me was Tina Sullivan, I think her name was. For her to say that that's just a word, it has no meaning behind it. How do you know that that word has no meaning behind it? Have you ever been called that word? Have you ever been bullied called that word? It's very offensive word, right? And I'm pretty sure if Mama Lou was telling a story, she's not going to say the N word. So why say that word? That's my point. That's it. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm not saying that she did anything, that she's a racist. I'm just wanting her to understand my point on that. That's it.
Um, I want to. Is it okay if I read the actual comment? Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. Some of the comments that she's referring to, I'm going to read it to you guys. So you guys listen up real quick, and then I want you guys to tell me how you took it. Okay. She said, uh, the difference is she wasn't saying it in a casual conversation or at anyone. If it had no meaning behind it, it's just a if it had no meaning behind it, it's just a word. It would be different if she called you that or she was saying it about someone. She was giving an example. Big difference. Could you guys hear that? Was that were you able to hear that? So when
Hmm.
something else I wanted to say, like some of the comments that she screenshots that she shared with me, when I've read it, I didn't take it in the same manner that Lisette took it. But when you in kind of like the thick of things or you already feeling some
Hmm.
type of way, sometimes you
Hmm.
will interpret text could be interpreted all types of different ways. I didn't take it as
Yeah.
her saying like the word has no meaning. She was saying like um I think she was trying to explain that Mama Lou was simply, explaining what she went through, and she wasn't intending to attack anyone with the word. She was
Hmm.
explaining. This is what I wanted to say to you. So, and I know
Yeah.
you had also brought up, so in a situation where, let's say for myself, example, as a black woman, if somebody called me the N word, right?
Hmm.
And I'm describing to people like what I went through, it would
Hmm.
depend on what space I'm in that I wouldn't say the actual word.
Hmm.
So if I'm here on Facebook, I'm not going to say the word because I'm going to be flagged. But if I was talking to a
Hmm.
group of people outside of social media, or maybe I
Hmm.
don't even know if I would say it on just YouTube, because YouTube is a little bit more relaxed with the words you could say, but some stuff is still
Hmm.
not okay. Like they still have boundaries. But let's just say it wasn't on social media and I was at a place or I was at a group, a
Hmm.
community center or whatever, a function, I would probably say the actual word because my intentions is not to offend anyone. It's for people to understand what I went through and for them to feel it too. But it
Hmm.
wouldn't be it wouldn't be looked at in that stance that I know from just speaking from like people that I know. And it's different on
Yeah.
social media because you hit a slew of people. So it's no way of telling like how somebody is going to take something. But
Hmm.
just saying for myself, like I would say the actual word. I probably wouldn't repeat it over and over 1,000 times. And I
Yeah.
don't I don't know how it went for Mama Lou because I wasn't there, but
Hmm.
it would be something that I say so people knew exactly what I meant. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that people would be offended by me expressing something that I went through that I was attacked with the word. So
Yeah.
and I
So,
wasn't
so
there
could
for the
I?
comments. Only saw what you showed me, but it didn't come
Yeah.
off to me like the lady was trying to attack you. It sounded like she was trying to get you to understand that Mama Lou wasn't trying to use it in a racial way.
Well, I'm not saying she tried to use it in a racial way. What I'm saying is, it's a word that's triggering that should have never came out. You know, she could have said it the way she did it at first, right? She spelled it out. This is why. This is. Let me explain to you why it's offensive to me. Maybe you'll understand why I feel the way I feel. Okay. I grew up in the Northwest Side where Mexicans and Puerto Ricans didn't get along. A lot of Mexicans used to call us that word. A lot of white people used to call us that word. So maybe it was triggering to me because it was a Mexican woman saying it. Maybe she didn't mean it in that way. Um, And maybe because to the white woman, it had no, to me, the way I looked at it when she said that, she's a white woman. She doesn't know, she's never experienced something like that being called that. So it's not just the word. And it's not just the word. That word does have a lot of meaning behind it. A lot. It's a very bad word in the Puerto Rican community. They degrade us with that word. That's
No,
probably
I
why
understand
I,
it. I
you know,
understand it. I understand.
yeah,
I understand it just like I understand the word the N word.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
definitely understand how, the word can be triggering and make you upset
yeah,
and things like that. There are many conversations that I've been involved in, and
yeah.
the other word comes up and it's like it's hurtful. I mean, it's someone in the
Hmm.
comments, I'm not going to drudge it up. She's here in the comments, TMJ, if you're familiar with that story, when she told her story and she used the words because she was being descriptive in what was happening. So we understood it wasn't meant to, yes, it hurts, it stings, but
Yeah.
it was necessary for her to get her point across. So it wasn't like offensive, if that makes any sense. So it's not that I don't understand like
Yeah.
why you would be offended in that setting.
Hmm.
It's kind of like what would you have you just would have preferred she not use the word at all, just abbreviate it. It would have made it would have been better for
Yeah.
you. Was
Yeah.
anyone else on
Just
the
to not
live
have not.
offended?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if there was any other Puerto Ricans on the
Okay.
live, so I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if she I call her by what she go by. Somebody said stop calling her Mama Lou, it's offensive. I call her by what she go by. I always call people by what they go by. I call Miss Netta Miss Netta. That's what I know her as. I'm gonna call you by what you go by. I try not to call people names. But or something. I mean, I know she has her real name, but that's not what she goes by on social media. Um that I'm familiar
Yeah.
with. But I don't know. So outside of, because you say you already know she apologized, Mama Lou herself, what is it that you would like to see like happen from this point
Well,
forward?
I would like for her to um address her audience, right? Let them know that not to go attacking other people because they feel a certain type of way, because they're not me. They don't know how I feel. So because they made animosity there that probably shouldn't have been there, right? I probably wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
felt so much animosity towards her if I didn't have her people saying things to me. Um,
Okay.
Laughing at me, making laughy faces because I'm trying to explain to them why it's offensive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna grab like this Rebecca girl, like her laughing at.
Oh, we lost her, or she went to go get something. I think she said, "Hold on."
Okay.
I'm not a dog in either fight, but everyone is entitled to their own feelings, and you don't know the person's history and why it's triggering. Um, I'm understanding how the word can be offensive. I'm asking what she would have preferred or found more appropriate. That's all. Mama Lou isn't Puerto Rican, and that word is mainly, keyword mainly, towards Puerto Rican. She's Mexican.
Hmm.
Oh, she's back. I hear her now. Were you going to get a message like to read to us?
Huh?
You were talking and then you kind of trailed off.
Oh, me? Oh no,
Yeah.
you were reading I thought you were reading the comments. I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm
You got it.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to look for
The message.
yeah, I'm looking for the
Okay.
screenshot of what she said. I don't want to like say something that somebody didn't say, right? I want to say it correctly because I don't rock
Okay.
like that, right?
I figured that's why I started reading comments to give you some time to look for it. Let
Yeah.
me know when you got it.
Okay.
She did ask everyone to leave you alone, but you also continue to engage. Oh, so you were present on the live then, Tracy.
I didn't continue to engage. I did not. I said, okay, thank you. Because somebody came for me before she told them to stop. And then she said, no, leave her alone. And then it was Barbara. It was Barbara something her name was. And then me and her said something. And then when Mama Lu said what she said, I said, okay, thank you.
Now, what I will say is this: sometimes in the chat, what y'all see is
Hmm.
not actually like how it come across. Like sometimes
Yeah.
on your end you might see messages that were supposed to come up 2 minutes ago. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so they don't always come in sequence. So it could have been that she was done and then the messages came up after the fact that
Yeah.
you saw, but it was already said like
Hmm.
prior to the statement.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even
When
know how
Mama
to
Lou,
spell it, Lori, but I know
yeah,
that might be it.
When Mama Lou said, hold on, is Lisette still here? And then I said, okay, thank you, because there was people that told me to get off her live
Hmm.
because I
Someone
told,
someone said, I understand that you're hurt, but you can't control thousands of people in the chat.
oh, I know you can't control thousands of people on the chat, but that was my point to Mama Lou, is that you can't control people. You're telling people that other people can control their viewers or their chats, but you can't, right? You can't. That's
Hmm.
my point. You can't. But I've heard her say that other people can, but you can't.
Oh, okay.
That's my point. You can't.
When did this live happen?
Um, it was about 2 months ago, I think.
2 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was expecting to say the day before yesterday or something like that.
Oh no,
Okay.
it was 2 months ago. I'm a very quiet person. I have a hard time with expressing myself, and it was bothering me. It was really, really bothering me because of the things that people were saying to me. I'm trying to. Oh, here it goes. Wait, hold on.
Niecy baby. Don't give me no question mark, Niecy baby.
Niecy baby. Say hi, Niecy baby. I love you. Um.
No, the live actually happened because you see it's someone else that remembers the live as well. She's in the live. It's very clear that another person is aware that this live happened. And she's
Mhm.
saying that it bothered her, and I guess what made you decide you wanted to kind of speak about it or you wanted to mention it? Like what made you
When
decide,
the
okay.
um, I've been wanting to speak about it. I just didn't know how to go about it.
Mhm.
And when the way Mama Lu uh, is the way she is on her Facebook, like real aggressive, I didn't want to get into an argument with her. You see?
Okay.
So I was trying to figure out how to approach it without having to have her trying to argue with me because I have a bad temper. She has a bad temper. I didn't want it to get all messed up. That was why I took a while before I can figure out how to say it, how not. And I'm not trying to offend her. I'm not trying to come for her. I just want her to understand what she said, how it can make a person feel, and just to be careful what she says. That's it. And
Okay.
Tina needs to be careful also. Don't come for me. Don't say it's just a word because you don't know what I've been through as a person to say that that's just a word. That's it. That was my point.
Mhm. Got you. I understand. So something I
Where
would
is this
suggest,
list?
right? Someone else already said
Yeah.
it in the comments. In the future, like, because you already agree that people can control their chat, right?
Yeah.
And I think, me personally, I think for the most part, we as content creators or influencers, vloggers, whatever, you can't control what people are going to do or say for the most part. But you
Yeah.
can kind of, you could plant seeds and you could guide. You can speak out, on your platforms. Hey, guys, when you notice things, that's not okay. Let's stop that. You can put people on timeout. You can try to let people know, hey, I'm not going for that. That's not allowed on my platform. So there are things you can
Hmm.
do. Will you be able to pluck every evil seed out? No, you can't. But there are
Hmm.
things that we can do to minimize, if that makes sense. Because once people
Yeah.
realize you're not going for certain things, you're going to actually take action against it. It does
Hmm.
die down. It will cease. Something that viewers can do though, people who are in the comments, I hear a lot of times, especially on my friend live, they be wanting us to block people. Utilize y'all finger. It's easier for y'all to block people that are offending you or creating dialogue with you that you don't want to be a part of. Block them and it will
Hmm.
stop immediately. We can't always rely on Not saying that you did, Lisette, just speaking in general.
Yeah.
We can't always rely on a person who's on that screen to correct the behaviors that's going on in the chat. Y'all have control and what's happening in the chat, too. Y'all can block people. Block people. You'll never see that person again anywhere on social media. Not unless they
Hmm.
make a new page, which sometimes they will, and then come for you. But a lot of times they
Right.
won't make a new page just for a viewer, like just a viewer, unless they really got, a hard on for you.
Yeah.
So just block people. It'll stop. It'll cease the conversation. You'll never have to see that person ever again. Um.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Here goes
thank
one.
you so
Rebecca.
much
Her
for.
name was Rebecca.
I'm
She
sorry.
said that because she said that I didn't want to say nothing about it, and she said, no, you're afraid of being called out because you're afraid of being called out because you support Gigi. Like, what does Gigi have to do with that? So she basically, they
What?
were like, yeah, like basically trying to tell me that I didn't want to say nothing about it because I didn't want to be exposed that I support Gigi. That that what does that have to do with anything? I don't care. I could support who I want to support. Uh, right at the end of the day, can't nobody tell me who I could support, who I like, who I don't like. That's not why I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything because I didn't drag it on at that time because I didn't learn to have a voice until recently. I met a friend who taught me, hey, you know what? You when you feel a certain type of way, say you feel that way. And I thank her for that because I always kept quiet and I would get all angry and want to fight people and want to yell. And instead, she's like, no, learn to use your voice. If something bothers you, say it bothers you, say why it bothers you. And that's why I decided to come out and say that it bothered me because it honestly, that did bother me. And I should
Mm-hmm.
not be getting told anything from anyone just because I'm saying I don't like the word. Because
Mm.
if it was up, the shoes was on the other foot, right? If a African American person says they don't like the N word, people are not gonna come for them and say, "Oh, you're wrong for saying that." No, right? They're gonna say, "No, you're right. I have the right to feel that way," and that was my point. Is I have the right to feel that way.
You do.
Um, and what Tina said to me hurt me the most. For her to say that it's just the word. Honestly, that right there, I can't get that off my mind. It's not so much of what Mama Lou did, it's so much of what her viewer did. Her telling me that really, really hurt my soul because I know what that word means and I know what it did to me. Okay, I have a child that came home saying that she wishes that her skin color could get cut off because they were calling her that word.
I wish that commenter was present so she could have a dialogue. Cause I wasn't there,
Yeah.
so I can't say. But just based off what I read, I don't think she
Yeah.
meant it the way you took it. But I could understand why you felt some type of way. Like I'm not, not gonna say I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I don't think she
Yeah.
meant it in the way that you took it. I don't think she meant to take away the fact that the word has a lot of pain behind it. I don't think that's what she
Hmm.
meant based off what I read. But like I said, I wasn't there for the full
Hmm.
context of the dialogue. I only saw what you showed me, but I think that
Right.
me,
Right.
like I told you, I don't think she meant it in that way.
And maybe I
Um,
need to have it'll be a good thing to have a conversation with her, I guess, because I could have took it the wrong way, but from what I took it was
mhm,
it's just, I guess, the part where she said it's just a word, it has no meaning behind it, but that word does
mhm,
have a meaning behind it.
mhm. Words have
So
meaning.
that,
That's why they're words. They have meaning behind it. That's why they have
right.
definitions and things like that. They have
Yeah.
a meaning behind
Yeah.
them. They're and things. So like I said,
Yeah.
I understand. Someone said, Lou has said black a double scribble before, and she didn't see anything wrong with saying that because she has black friends. Oh, I'm familiar with some of the things that Mama Lou has said that's offensive, but that's not what today's topic about. And I don't like to do like the nitpick back and forth. Well, you said this, so because
Yeah.
this happened, then yeah, I don't do that. Even though I don't get down with Mama Lou at all, but I'm not going to make it seem try to tie other things in to make her seem like a bad person. That's just not how I operate. Um,
Right.
and I'm not going to uh down her or go in on her because I don't like her. That's just not. I mean, some people might not, but I'm just not. But I'm very familiar about those things, and that's why I
Yeah.
don't fool with her. But I get it. Well, I hope that you're able to get some type of resolution from this.
Yeah.
I hope that you're able to have conversation with at least that one individual that you shared the screenshot with me about, and y'all could clear the air.
Yeah.
But utilize that block button, girl. Um,
Yeah, I think I
and
did
maybe
block
you'll
her
get a
though.
response from Summer. What's all that noise? What noise? You hear noise? Anybody else hear
What
noise? I
noise?
don't hear no noise. I mean, well, I'm on the panel,
I'm
but
like, what noise? Oh, let me close
I
my
don't hear
car.
anything.
Maybe it's my car door. What about now?
I didn't hear
I,
anything.
oh, sorry.
Chips. I
Um,
ain't rattling no chip
I
bag.
guess my last words to Mama Lou is when you say that that other people can control what their viewers say, you just be careful when you say that because you can't. That's a point proven right there. You cannot control your viewers. They say what they wanna say.
Oh, they
So
heard you in your
be
car.
yeah, I was in my car.
Yeah, y'all heard her door. Y'all heard her door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
Um.
definitely agree with that. Don't say people because people. Like I said, I have my stance. I definitely think there are things that we as people that hit that live button can do to minimize and kind of guide. But you're not going to be able to get every single person. But speaking up and speaking out
Mhm.
against certain behaviors and not fueling the fire is what we can do to contribute. So hopefully
Yeah.
she hear this or somebody tells her and she comes hear it for herself, and hopefully her response will be positive and lighthearted, and it won't be her focusing on what panel you went on, because a lot of times that's the thing too. Like, Mom Lou
Yeah.
doesn't care for me, so I could see her, and I hope that she doesn't. I haven't watched her in quite a long time. I hope that she doesn't turn this into a situation where she like, oh, Summer's broom, because that's what she likes to call me. She just took whatever
Mm.
opportunity she could to try to host me in a bad light, when I ain't said nothing bad about the lady up here, and I
You
actually
did it.
kind of are in defense of her. So, you know,
Yeah.
hopefully it's received and something positive comes out of it. Was it anything else you wanted to leave us with before we go?
No, that was I just wanted to make it aware that that Puerto Ricans have feelings too, and we're
Mhm.
overlooked a lot when it comes, to those kind of things. Like
Mhm.
it hurts us. It hurts us. We've been through a lot too. Our Puerto Rican community people, we've been through a lot too. So just be mindful when you say things like that. That's it. Just be mindful to other people's feelings. You don't know what people been through. You don't know if that could have threw me over the edge. It could have gave me an anxiety attack. Just be mindful of what you're saying.
And there you have
That's
it, you guys. I agree with that message wholeheartedly. Thank you so much for coming up and for
Thank
feeling
you.
comfortable enough to come up here and share your story.
Yes, thank you. And I'm happy that everything was peaceful. Nobody, came at me crazy and stuff. Because that was my main thing. I didn't want people coming at me crazy because I got a bad temper. Like, Mama Lou's from Chicago. I'm from Northwest Side Chicago. We know how we get down. So I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, oh, I gotta breathe and make sure
Chi-town in the building. N-
I'm learning, girl. I'm learning to learn how to use my
Nah.
voice and not my fist.
My people are usually pretty good, and I'm a no nonsense type person. So if anybody came over here doing the most, they would have been blocked anyway. Um,
Yeah.
but and honestly, a lot of people that's over here, they don't really care for Mama Lou, so you wouldn't have got no backlash for you. If anything, it would have been some comments that kind of, which
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of went in on her versus you. So,
Oh, okay.
again, thanks for coming up. I appreciate you,
Thank
and
you.
enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. You have a great day.
She's
Thank you for letting me come
she's
up.
you welcome. She said, not here
Bye
at
bye.
Summer's room. Um, thank you so much, Mel. I couldn't get it out, but thank you so much for gifting those memberships. I appreciate you, love, for supporting me the way that you do. Hopefully, Lisette saw that message, Kelsey. I pinned it so she could read it. Um, Now that was her side. I don't think, like I said, she's entitled to how she feels. She's experienced some things, and it sounds like she was triggered by hearing the word. Um, I do appreciate knowing that Mama Lou, like in that moment, apologized and said that like she didn't mean to offend anyone, and she just was telling her story. I was happy to hear that it wasn't a situation where she kind of like went off on a person, because we get that a lot. Not saying for Mama Lou, but just generally speaking, a lot of times you'll express yourself in the comment section, and instead of people like validating how you feel or understanding or being sympathetic, they will like sound off on you because you expressed yourself. So I was definitely happy to hear that. I didn't see all the screenshots for the messages that she was referring to. I only saw the one. But like I said, I wasn't there. But what I was able to read, and because my emotions are not involved and I'm not the triggered one, I definitely didn't receive the messages in the same way that she received them. But hopefully Mama Lou catches wind of this dialogue and They can have a conversation. And I don't even think so much of Mama Lou. The people in the comments that had the dialogue back and forth with her, hopefully they could clear the air on some things or whatnot. Yeah, we hear all sides and we answer honestly. Absolutely. That's what we do over here. One thing you don't have to worry about is for anybody that comes over here, if you ever want to use my platform to just voice your feelings, your opinion, you want to be interviewed, you got a story that you want to tell, that you want to put out there, put out there. You never have to worry about coming over here and it being one sided. What I am guilty of is playing devil's advocate most times, playing devil's advocate, most times, because I try to highlight the other side. I won't be digging into stuff that's not related to, the topic that is at whole. And I try very hard, and most time I do very well in not interjecting my personal feelings about a person into a situation. So whether I like the person, don't like the person, had a bad run in with the person or not, I try to keep the engagement, the interview, the questions kind of along the same line, the same treatment across the board, regardless of that fact. So I appreciate that she was comfortable enough to come up on my platform and share her story. I guess the culture background behind certain words are different in different communities because growing up in a mostly Hispanic neighborhood, I heard that word used towards all Hispanics myself. Yeah, it was a mixture in the comments. Some people were saying it's just for us Puerto Ricans. Other people were saying Puerto Rican and Mexican, So I guess it depends on where you come from. And I think a lot of times we don't take that into consideration. Like, because where you came from, something was used a certain way doesn't mean the next town over that's the same way it's being used. Just like that big controversy about the N word and how, not the N word with the ER, but the N word with the A, and how people use it as a term of endearment. And no matter how much we like or don't like it, people who don't look like us use it too, because people have made it okay and it's not okay. But it also, in this situation, it comes from, depending on where you grew up at, what communities you in. Some people accept it because they don't look at it as a slur, they look at it as a term of endearment. And coming into another place though, using that might get you boop boop bop bop bop, because that ain't what we do. My friends who are not of my chocolate persuasion don't use that word. Hey Cass Cass. Did I say hey Alicia? Hey love if I didn't. But that was pretty much it. Did anybody have anything they wanted to say? If y'all want, I could drop the link. Y'all could come up. If not, then we gonna wrap it up because I only came on for her to be able to voice her opinion. Hey Catherine, for those who missed it, make sure y'all catch the replay and check out our interview with Lisette and what she had to say. Molly Wop that. Yeah, Molly Wop that. Hey, oh, she in the comments. Lisette, did you see Kelsey's compliment to you? Did you see her compliment? She doesn't fact check. All she does is run her mouth and made a fool of herself when it came to me. Oh gosh. Okay, Kelsey has said that she thought your name was beautiful. I had pinned it to the screen, but maybe you missed it. I had pinned it to the screen when you was up here, but you probably overlooked it. She thought your name was beautiful. I'm not prepared to talk about anything else. What I will say this before I go is controversial. And I know it's going to be some people in this comment section that don't like what I have to say, but y'all know I like to look at both sides of the fence. I don't like to just look at the side that you want to look at. And I will say this about the whole Miss Netta thing and this whole black woman being offended. Everybody keep on saying, you came on here and you offended a whole community of black women. You said what you said. It was very offensive. We want you out of here. We want you out of here. And all I keep thinking about is how come we always start at the part where we are offended? Why are we not starting at the part where y'all offended Miss Netta, that man that y'all call him Joe? We never start from the beginning and how we got to a place. Y'all only start at the part where y'all feel like y'all have something on someone. Y'all want to cancel Miss Netta. Y'all think Miss Netta shouldn't have no platforms. And I'm not saying y'all, I'm just speaking generally. Y'all think she shouldn't have no platforms. Y'all got petitions circulating to take her down because she offended the black women. She offended the black women. She offended women of the black community. But whole time it's the women of the black community in her comment section disrespecting and degrading Miss Netta or Big Joe, whatever it is y'all want to, refer to her as, because she acknowledges that she is a man. She acknowledges that she doesn't want to be a woman. She acknowledges that Miss Netta is a character. And I feel like people don't be listening. They only hear what they want to hear. So Tabitha is lost. So my mama always said, don't play in men's face. And if y'all take Miss Nutter as a man, stop playing in that man's face. And when that man, his beard come out and he go off on y'all, don't be mad now. Y'all be in that comments and your comment section, it be disgusting. And when she popped back off and she gave you the same energy, don't be mad now. Yeah, it's a petition. I haven't shared it and I won't share it. But it's a petition circulating um that they have come up with. They had a whole panel about it where they have joined forces in trying to get Miss Nutter off of social media because of her words that she said to the black women that hate her. She hates them. I don't see nothing wrong with that statement. Everybody keep focusing on the initial statement where she misspoke and then clarified. She said she did not mean all black women. She was talking to the black women that hate her. She said, I'm giving y'all the same energy that y'all giving me. Booyah. What up, Snitty? But that was pretty much the basis of my dialogue. I don't play them in faces. So if I don't like something, I don't watch it. I'm not going to sit in somebody's comments just spewing a bunch of hate and degrading comments and bashing and dragging and attacking the way that they look in their sexuality. I'm not going to do that and then cry buckets of tears when they attack me back. It's kind of like y'all went and was busting this person all up in their face, boop boop bop, uppercutting them, and they finally had enough and defended themselves back, and now y'all hurt because they defended themselves. Y'all got to do better, okay, beloveds. Y'all got to do better. Like, y'all have to stop this insanity. Y'all have to stop this insanity. She's not for everyone like anyone else with a platform. And period. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll on out of here, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I enjoyed you. I hope you enjoyed me. You enjoyed me. And we'll be back for another recap when I'm more prepared to do a recap. It's been pretty slow for me because I've been missing a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna go see what I can find. Y'all make sure if y'all not following the YouTube channel that y'all hit that subscribe bell. We are on our way to 5K. I thought I was gonna hit it yesterday. I'm very surprised that I didn't, which I ain't mad because I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna be gifting you guys. Good night, you guys.